Hi there, I'm Pastor Cody Natland, pastor of Moran United Methodist Church in Spokane, and we had our first morning prayers this morning. We're doing those morning prayers on the Zoom video and audio conferencing platform on Monday through Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. We had just one person join us today, so I'm wondering if there might be some trouble that folks are having with connecting through Zoom. So I wanted to make sure that you had information on how to connect to our particular activities and programs on Zoom. So right now, those things include our morning prayers Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m., our Wednesday study series for Lent, that was the soup suppers. We're now shifting. You'll have to provide the soup supper yourself, but I will help with the lesson portion. We'll watch the videos through Zoom, and we'll have a chance for discussion with one another through Zoom as well. I'm also planning in the coming days to be offering some office hours, kind of drop in through Zoom as well. So since we're doing all these things, I want to make sure that anybody who would like to connect with us through Zoom has the tools and information that they need in order to do it. So one of those things is to give you a specific introduction to Zoom and how to connect for the first time for our particular programs. And so I'm going to turn the camera around now to the computer where I'm going to show you how to log in through a Zoom link into the Zoom meeting room. So here is an email that I sent out on March 16th to the congregation. If you didn't receive this email, but you think you should have, or if you would like to, please let me know, and I would be happy to make sure that you're added to our list to be receiving our information, our updates, and news from Moran United Methodist Church. So when you find this email, this is the Moran UMC email, Moran UMC Ministry Updates, sent on March 16th. So if you scroll down in this email, it has information about things that we have coming up, some changes due to our cancellations. If you scroll down in this email, you'll eventually come down to a section that looks like this. How to use Zoom conferencing. This is some information on how to connect with Zoom. You'll find here at this link a 1-minute video that the Zoom corporate office has put together with how to connect into a Zoom meeting. That might be useful and it might get you connected, but it's not specific to our particular setting. So if you scroll down here, you'll find our Zoom meeting links for Wednesday Lenten Study and morning prayer. The morning prayer link is on the bottom. This is the one that we had this morning. I heard that this phone number didn't work for somebody who tried to call in. So I'm going to try to fix that in the coming days so that you have more options. I can get more phone numbers so that if you get a busy signal on one phone, you have some other options. So if you call, you can call this number and then you put in this meeting ID when it prompts you, and that should bring you into the meeting. If you want to connect by computer or mobile device, whether you want to use video or not, although I do encourage video if you're comfortable with video, because it gives us the opportunity to see each other, not only to hear our voices, but also to see faces. And while that may not be as important right now, because this being separated is still fairly new to many of us, I know that in the coming days, and if this goes weeks or months, this will become more and more important for us to find opportunities to be seeing one another and be staying connected in as personal of ways as possible. So when you see these Zoom links, it'll always look somewhat like this. It may have more or less information. You'll click on the Zoom meeting, join Zoom meeting link. So it'll say greaternw.zoom.us/ and then it'll have some information. It'll have a long number that is our meeting ID. So you can click on that link and it'll take you to the Zoom page. And the Zoom page will load, and if this is the first time that you've joined, it won't bring you right into the meeting right away. You will have to download and run the Zoom app that will run on your computer. You only have to download that the first time, and after that it will remain on your computer, and it will bring you right into the meeting as soon as you click on the link. But for the first time you do this, I'm guessing that for most of you, it will launch the download page automatically, so you'll get a prompt up here on your screen asking if you'd like to download, or it may even go directly to the download that you'll see probably down here in the corner of your web browser that it is already downloaded. So I'm going to click on this download and run Zoom link here, And you'll see that it just is downloading and now is finished downloading over here. So it's Zoom, and then it has some letters and numbers .exe. Go ahead and click on that link, and it'll open up the download that you just downloaded and start running it and installing it onto the computer itself. It'll prompt you as you go through to whether you really want to run it, whether you trust it. Please click yes. I promise that this is an application that is safe for you to run on your computer. You can then put in your name, whatever name you'd like to use. I encourage you to use your real name and your first name if possible. And if you're comfortable using your last name, that helps us just to know who is in those chats, in those meetings, so we can make sure that we're interacting. And we know if you're from the church, or if you're from the community, or if you might even be from beyond the Spokane area. So I'll put in my name as Cody Natland, and then I click the Zoom meeting. If you want it to use the same name every time, you can check this box that says remember my name for future meetings, and then you click the join meeting button. It'll prompt you to join with video. So this blue button here says join with video. If you want to use video, and again, I encourage you to do so if you're comfortable. Make sure that you are ready to be on camera and for people to see you as soon as you click that button. So you'll click the button. If you don't want to use video, you can do here join without video, and then you'll do only audio. So join with video, and then you'll see that it opens up that it logs you into the meeting room, and then it will ask how you want to do audio. So you can click join with computer audio. If you have a microphone, it might prompt you to choose the microphone as well if it's separate from your computer itself. If you would prefer to do it by phone, you can click this button here that says phone call, and then you would be in Zoom, both on video perhaps, but also on your phone and using the audio that way. Whatever your preference is going to end up being just fine. So when you're ready, you can click that join with computer audio button, or whatever button is right for you. And then once you're there, it's going to connect you right in. And this is what the Zoom page will look like once you are connected. You'll see that it's connecting to audio and can't hear you yet, so it's going to be working on that. Here I'm not sure why it's having that struggle at the moment, other than that I have two computers currently connected, so that may be what the problem is. So when you're connected into Zoom, you'll find that anybody who is on the chat with you, in the meeting with you, their pictures and videos will be up here. If they don't have a video feed, you'll see a picture of a phone showing that they're connected by phone only. If they're on a computer and not showing video but are doing audio, you'll see their name come up in the rectangle there. If you want to see everybody in a bigger view who is connected, you can click on the gallery view, and that'll show you everybody. So you'll see that I have two computers currently connected in here. And then you can go back to speaker view there if you want to up here. Again, that's where that button is. You can stop your video. You can mute yourself here. Stop video. You can see all the participants. So if you want to know who else is in here, it'll come up here on the side and show you who else is in the Zoom with you. You can do a chat. If you click the chat, it'll bring you to a chat window, and you can either chat with everybody by clicking, you'll see everyone there, or you can click and you can chat with just one person. Be careful with that if you're sharing private messages there, because it's really easy to accidentally bump that button and end up sharing with everybody instead of the one person you're trying to connect with. So be aware of that. When we're in here, if you're in a situation where you'd like to raise your hand and share that you'd like to have something to say and want to make sure that you get a chance to say what you want, you can click this raise hand button right here, and you'll see when you do that, I will see on my feed as the host that there will be a little hand that comes up right here in your video feed showing me that you want to raise your hand. You can lower your own hand that way as well if you decided not to talk. That should be everything that you really need in order to connect in for the basic use of this. If you want to make yourself full screen and have this take the whole thing, you can just click this button right here to make it full screen, make it bigger. And we'll troubleshoot other things you have questions about as we go along. So I just hope that you're not afraid or not worried about connecting in to the Zoom. It's a pretty simple platform to use once you're used to it, and I hope that we will get used to it. I know that there's going to be time we wish we would be connected in person, but this is the best that I know to do at the moment. So I hope that you'll be able to get connected and join us for our ministries that are continuing during this challenging time. So if you have any questions, always feel free to give me a shout. You can email me at pastornatland@gmail.com. You can call the church office. I plan to be here much of the day during my normal office hours at this point. Home is not quiet for me, so being here at the church is the place where I'm able to get as much work done as possible, as I know there are a lot of people to be calling and some ways that we're trying to get creative with our ministry here at the church. So you can call the church office. That number is 509-448-7102. You can also call my cell phone or text me at 509-985-9229. Well, I hope to see you this evening. If it's a Wednesday, I hope to see you on Wednesdays at 6 o'clock for our Lenten study. I hope to see you on weekday mornings, Monday through Thursday at 9 a.m. for our morning prayers. And I hope to see you during office hours as I get more information about those of specific times that I'll be on Zoom and available for you to connect in. Just as you might if I was here at the office or at Starbucks to drop in for office hours, I'll be doing some of those via Zoom as well. Stay tuned for more information. Join us on Sunday mornings at 10:30. We're live streaming on Facebook Live, and I'm also working on doing a live feed simultaneously onto our website. And I'll put that right on the front page. www.moranumc.org is our website. Sunday mornings at 10:30, we'll be live streaming our worship services. So please come and join us and experience worship and connect with one another and with God. And let's do the best that we can to continue to be connected with one another during this time of social separation, or as I like to think of it more as physical separation. We're not socially separated. We're not disconnected. We're not alone in this. We're just trying to figure out new ways of being connected that are new to us, and we're a little unsure, but there are so many options available, and I'm excited for